वसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् ॐ अगक्षे वरदे देवी अक्षे ब्रह्मवादिनी गायत्री जगत माता विश्वयोनि नमस्तुते ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो न प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो न प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो न प्रचोदयात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिवावन्दिनं मृत्युर्मोक्षयमामृतात् ॐ पृथिवी त्वया धृता लोका देवी त्वं विष्णुना धृता त्वं च देवाय मां देहि पवित्रं कुरु चासनम् ॐ आधार शक्ति कमलासनाय श्री पृथ्वी माताभ्यो नमः नमः। Let's all please be seated. Om Pavitra Pavitro Sarvavastangato Piva Yasmare Tunari Kaksha Sarvabhyankara Suchi Varnasya Om Hastam Prakshanam Samarpyami Govindaya Namaha Namami Tusmade Stito Brahma Tusmadye Janardana Tusagare Sankar Devam Tusadaram Karunam Yena Barubali Rajadan Vendra Mahabala Ten Tvam Pratabadnami Rakshe Machalam Machalam. Okay, water sipping. Om Amritopastarnamasi Swaha. Om Amritapidanamasi Swaha. Om Satyam Yashaha Srimaye Srishayatam Swaha. We do on Spurge. Here we ask the Divine to bless all these parts of our body, all these limbs as we call them, Ang, meaning limbs. Bless these various organs so that they work in their most refined and their most vital ways. Om Vangame Asye Astu, Om Nasur Me Prano Astu, Om Aksharu Me Chakshurastu, Om Karnavur Me Shrotamastu, Om Bhavur Me Balmastu, Om Urvur Me Ojo Astu, Om Arastani Me Angani Tanasvanvasaha Sahasantu. Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu, Mangalam Garudvaja, Mangalam Pundarikaksha, Mangalayetano Hari, Mangalam Bhagavan Shankar, Mangalam Parvatinath, Mangalam Vrishabdvaja, Mangalam Bhaktivatsalam, Mangalam Parvati Putraya, Mangalam Gajakarnaka, Mangalam Vignaharastascha, Mangalam Siddhidayaka, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Take some rest. We give way to the peace chant here. We pray that in all things we engage in here, it leads towards the supreme goal of harmony, of peace, of universal harmony, of cosmic peace. Om Hari Om Swastina Indro Vridasva Swastina Pusha Vishwaveda Swastina Starakshu Arishtane Mehi Swastina Brihaspatir Dadatu Om Payam Prithvyam Payo Shadeshu Payo Divyam Karikshe Payoda Payaswati Pradisha Santunayam Om Vishnu Ratmasi Vishnu Rishna Patrishnu Shurasi Vishnu Rudravasi Vaishnavasi Vishnu Ekva Om Agnir Devata Vato Devata Suryo Devata Chandrama Devata Vasvo Devata Rudra Devata Aditya Devata Marutu Devata Vishwe Deva Devata Prihaspatir Devata Indro Devata Varno Devata Om Dhyav Shanti Antariksha Gam Shanti Prithvi Shanti Apa औषधय शान्तिर्वनस्पत्य शान्तिर् विश्वदेव शान्तिर्ब्रह्मा शान्तिर् सर्वं शान्तिर् शान्तिरेव शान्ति सामा शान्तिरेहि ॐ विश्वानि देवा सवितर दुर्तानि परासुव यद्भद्रन्तनःस्व ॐ शुक्लां वरदरा विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्ते हरि ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम. We touch the altar in front of us, giving praise here to Mother Planet, asking her to always bestow her grace, her blessings upon us. Om Bhurasi Bhumirasi Ditirasi Vishwadaya Vishwasya Bhuvanasya Dharitri Prithvim Yacha Prithvim Triganga Prithvim Mahi Gwansi. प्रेम से बोलो श्री पृथ्वी माता की जय शरणम प्रभवी हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम. Our first act of worship brings us to prayers to Bhagwan Ganesh Ma Gauri, asking him to bestow their blessings upon us always. Help us to overcome those obstacles which we create of ourselves and which are created by the world that we live in, to help us to overcome these obstacles and help us to move forward on a path that leads to redemption, on a path that leads to success. Om Gajananam Bhuvanad Sevitam Kapita Jumbo Palsar Bhakshanam Amasitam Shokavanashikarikam Namami Vigneshwara Padapankajam. Om Aye Kaviram Mahesh Putram समस्त विघ्नों गगनास्त रक्षा मंगल पूजा प्रथमं प्रधानम गृहाणं पूजन भगवन् नमस्ते. ओम सर्व मंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते. ओम श्री गणेशाम्बिकेभ्यो नमः. नमामि फ्लावर्स. Om Hari Om, Om Hari Om, Om Hari Om. Pardon me, Bhajan.
Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai 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 Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai. लंबोदर पीतांबर सोहे हरिमणि मुक्तनाय नरतनारे. लंबोदर पीतांबर सोहे हरिमणि मुक्तनाय नरतनारे. गजमणि माल गले बिर सोहे गजमणि माल गले बिर सोहे काल नाल में चंद्र पलावे. गणपति विघ्न विनाशनाय गणपति विघ्न विनाशनाय. जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय. मोदकले तदे प्रसन्ननि जप मम जपतो जनकारी. मोदकमे सजे सचंदनी जब मोम प्रचलतनो पुरझनकारी रेखी से धीरा चवरन आवत रेखी से धीरा चवरन आवत सूरसनुगति होते सुधारे गणपति देव विनाशन हारे गणपति देव विनाशन हारे जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय गणपति जय जय गणपति जय जय
Close in hand. Om Bhaktatanda Mahakaya Koti Surya Samaprabha Nirvighna Kuru Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Jai Ganapati Sarvasaram Kavivaram Kripal Vignamangalam Jai 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 Om Agacha Ganeshwaram Deva Swastanatu Parameshwara Amapujam Karishyam Om Sarasam Kodam Om Savoshi Ganesh Gauri Devata Ki Jai Sharanam Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om Hari Hari Om Jai Narayana Paripurana Karana Om Jai Sankha Suchakra Grambara Pitambara Hari Om. First the Mahalakshmi, the Lakshmi is goddess of light, goddess of prosperity. And in all things we pray that as long as we survive in the space of this planet, may whatever capacity we have, mental capacity, may wisdom surmount all of these activities. Mother Lakshmi presides over this one part of our psyche. We ask her to bless us in this regard with the capacity of wisdom, which is known as light internal. Om Siddhi Om Shri Lakshmi Mata Namami Asanam Samarpyami Shri Lakshmi Mata Namami Ramyam Sushobhanam Divyam Sarva Saukyakaram Shubham Asanam Devadeveshi Prityatam Pratigritam Mahalakshmi Bhajan. Take water from here.
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु माता रूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः माता ओ माता जीवन की दाता नैया हमार करूपा मैया तुम सबको पालनहार रे मैया तुम सबको पालनहार तू सबको पालना। माता ओ माता जीवन की दाता नैया हमार कृपा से मैया तू सबको पालना। से मैया तू सबको पालना। सब माता की गोद में जन्म मरण सब माता की गोद में हम सब बालक तुमको पुकारे। तू ही अंधेरा हो तू ही उजाला हो तू ही अंधेरा हो तू ही उजाला हो तू ही जगत की बात से मैया तू सबको पालना। से मैया तू सबको पालना। माता की प्यार जगह फूलों की गलियां माता की प्यार जगह फूलों की गलियां गोद जब जीवन के पालना। महिमा तेरे अपरंपार मैया तू सबको पालना। से मैया तू सबको पालना। माता ओ माता जीवन की दाता नैया हमार कृपा से मैया तू सबको पालना। से मैया तू सबको पालना। से मैया तू सबको पालना।
Flowers in hand, we give glorification praise here to Mahalakshmi. Om Mata Lakshmi ke kripa karo hriday niyas manokamna siddhi kari purvahu neyas trai trai prakahari Arobegi sabdas, Jayati Jayati Jayakshmi, Kare Shatru Nakash, Mahalakshmi Namastubhyam, Namastubhyam Sureshwari, Haripriye Namastubhyam, Namastubhyam Dayavade, Om Yadadi Sarvabhuti Principal Shri Lakshmi Mata ki Jai Sharanam Prabhavi Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Okay. You see, it is a miracle today. Flowers in hand. We offer prayers to these 9 devatas we call the Navagrahas. We ask them to bestow their grace and their blessings upon all of us. We have a list of people who are not too well, and every week, every time we gather here, we pray that these friends of ours, these associates of ours, this VOD family of ours, in whatever ways they find themselves unable to help themselves in ways that they're accustomed to, we pray by the prayer offered to these Navagraha devatas that all of them are able to return to a functioning state that they've known before. So we offer prayers for Mrs. Anjani Ramphal, Mrs. Ram Rati Sri Gobind, Mr. James Pritipal, Mrs. Sahare James, Mr. Balchan Gulsharan, Mr. Rafiq Chaudhry, Mr. Munesar Budhan, Mrs. Mary Manbahal, Mr. Len Lachmana, Mrs. Eileen Lochan, Shriman Suresh Shah, Srimati Rauti Parasram, Shriman Rai Namaram Shah, Shriman Vijay Prasad, Srimati Neela Devi Prasad, Shriman Kevin Devi Dayal, Srimati Etwarya Hiralal, and Srimati Dhanmati Hari.
And then one more, and they probably forgot to write it. Ayodhya Prasad Sukhai.
And Srimati Ayodhya Prasad
No,
Sukhai.
it's a maid.
Male Shriman Ayodhya Prasad Sukhai. We offer prayers to these Navgraha Devatas. We ask them to bestow their grace, their blessings upon all of us and all of these members of it that we know, and in general to the world, to the community at large, and ultimately to this planet at large. Om Brahma Murari Stripurantatari Manu Shashi Bhumi Satodhyascha Guruscha Shukra Shani Rahu Ketu Sarve Graha Shanti Kara Bhavantu Sarve Graha Shanti Kara Bhavantu Prem se bolo Shri Navgraha Devata Ki Jai Sharanam Prabhu Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om Hari Hari Om Jai Narayana Paripurana Karana Om Jaya Sankas Chakra Gadambara Pitambara Dara Hari Om Om Hari Hari Om Om Hara Hari Om Om Hara Hari Om. Prayers to Bhagwan Vishnu. As we offer prayers here, we seek the blessings of the Lord. We ask of Him to bestow His grace, His blessings upon all of us, to help us through whatever problems we're going through, to help us to emulate the teachings that He's put down. Whenever this planet goes through decline, Bhagwan comes down to the face of the planet. He shows us how it is we're supposed to conduct ourselves, our activities, in what ways, what examples we have to nurture to become supporters of this planet, to become supporters of the society, to help to enable Dharma to flow. He ultimately is the force behind Dharma. We ask of Him to bestow His grace, His blessings upon all of us, to enable us to attitudes of love, benevolence, compassion, and in this way we become better created beings. We ask of Bhagwan to bestow His grace, His blessings upon all of us. We thank Him for all the avatars that have come, that set up the roles that we need to play in this life. Om Sasanka Chakram Sakarita Kundam Sapita Vastram Sasevarayakshanam Samara Vakshas Tadastos Vibhasuyam Namani Vishnam Shirsa Chaturbhajam Om Kam Karoti Vacham Mangalati Gim Yat Kripatamam Vande Paramananda Madhavam Om Nila Bhujashamala Komalangam Sita Samarupita Vamabhagam Anam Mahasaya Kachara Chapam Namani Ramam Bhagavan Shanatam Om Ramaya Ramachandaya Ramachandaya Vedase Naglataya Nataya Sitaya Om Navaram Pita Vastam Srivatsya Prabhusidam Govindam Gokulanandam Brahmajaya Apipujatam Om Narayanaya Vimhe Vasudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishnu Prachodayat Tanno Vishnu Prachodayat Tanno Vishnu Prachodayat. Ramyam Sishobhanam Divyam Sarva Saukyakaram Subham Asanam Chamaya Datam Grihana Parameshwaram Asanam Samarpyami Shri Vishnu Bhagwan Bhyo Namaha Namami Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Saraswati Reva Kayoshni Narmada Jaliskan Pitoshi Maya Devata Shantim Prachme. Padyamargyam Snanamukhe Jalachpinam.
जो तू मिटाना चाहे जीवन के कृष्णा, जो तू मिटाना चाहे जीवन के कृष्णा, सुबह शाम कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा, सुबह शाम कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा. कृष्ण नाम पावन पावन, कृष्ण नाम प्यारा प्यारा, जो न बोले कृष्णा कृष्णा जग में वो हारा हारा. मन खामी के अंधियारा बोले कृष्ण कृष्णा, मन खामी के अंधियारा बोले कृष्ण कृष्णा. सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा. जिसका मिलेगा मेरा सुख था मरण क्या जाने, जो मिले कृष्णा कृष्णा जिसका धर्म का माने. चाहे गुरु प्यारा बोले कृष्णा, चाहे गुरु प्यारा बोले कृष्ण कृष्णा. सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा. छोड़ दे बस अपना दर्द, छोड़ दे हम का जीना, भूल जा जगत की गैया, जग में दुखों का डेरा. फिर खाए आड़ा माड़ा बोले कृष्ण कृष्णा, फिर खाए माड़ा माड़ा बोले कृष्ण कृष्णा. सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा. तू मिटाना चाहे जीवन के कृष्णा, जो तू मिटाना चाहे जीवन के कृष्णा. सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा.
Who's doing the
Missing.
Who's doing the Krishna Gopal?
Am I going to touch?
No, I don't know.
Okay, then we go with Sun.
What's Sri Ram? I think he's in book, man. Yes,
Okay.
Sri Ram.
Okay, Bhajaman.
Huh? No, my boy, hey, give me the book. Sri Ram, come on.
No, we got to do something.
Okay.
Prakash, please pray for us. Okay, hands clasped in prayer. Bhajamana Narayana Kanam, Bhajamana Narayana Kanam,
भजमन नारायण का नाम, भजमन नारायण का नाम.
Glorification prayers of Bhagavan Krishna. Om Yam Brahma Varnendra Rudramarta Sunamanti Devastaya Vedasam Pudatra Upanishade Gayantiyam Sama Dhyana Vashti Tadvate Mansa Vashintiyam Guna Yasyantam Vidusura Surgana Devaya Tasmai Namaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha Om Kayena Vacha Manasindriyarva Guryatmanava Prakriti Sabhavat Karoni Yajya Sakalam Parasmai Narayanayayeti Samarpyami Narayanayayeti Samarpyami Prem se bolo Shri Narayana Bhagavan ki jai Sharanam Prabhu Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om. Our worship brings us here to Bhagavan Shiva. Bhagavan Shiva is the Lord of Yoga, Adi Yogi. As we approach him, we are always asking Bhagavan Shiva to bless us with certain characteristics, certain abilities, which we need. These abilities only come to us if we put effort. There's nothing in this world comes without effort. And so we must never think that this happens automatically. Everything that has happened. I think there's a saying that's saying, all good luck means I worked hard, right? Mehnat ke bina, nothing happens, right? Without effort, nothing happens. So we need to put effort into whatever sadhana and so on we have. So as we approach Bhagavan Shiva, we're always asking him to bless us in that whatever sadhana we put in, it helps us to reach the great state, the state where we can commune with him. So page 13 of our prayer book, Panchakshar Stotram Mantra, Panchakshar Mantra Stotram, I mean. We glorify Bhagavan Shiva, we ask of him to bless us in this way. Om Nagendraharaya Trilochanaya Vasamangradaya Maheshwaraya Nityaya Shuraya Vidambaraya Tasmai Nagaraya Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Mandakini Salila Chandana Charachitaya Nandishwara Pramatnat Maheshwaraya Mandar Pushpa Bhavi Pushpa Sufujitaya Tasmama Karaya Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Shiva Shivaya Gauri Varnabja Vrinda Suryaya Daksha Dharma Shakaya Shri Nilakantaya Vrishabhajaya Tasmai Shikraya Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Vashishta Kumbho Bhava Gautam Arya Munindra Deva Rachita Shekharaya Chandrarkavesha Vanara Lochanaya Tasmai Vakraya Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Yaksha Swarupaya Jatadharaya Vinatahastaya Sanatanaya Divyaya Devaya Digambaraya Tasmaya Karaya Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Panchaksharagamidam punyam yapateta Shiva Sanidham Shivamokam Avapanoti Shivena Samavati Om Namah Shambhaya Cha Mayo Bhavaya Cha Namah Shankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha Namah Shivaya Cha Shivataraya Cha Om Namah Shivaya Shantaya Karnatraya तवे निवेदयामि चात्मानं गति परमेश्वराय तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्रः प्रचोदयात् तन्नो रुद्रः प्रचोदयात् रम्यं सुशोभनं दिव्यं सर्वसौख्यकरं शुभम् आसनं देवदेवेशे प्रीत्यार्थं प्रतिगृह्णामि आसनं समर्पयामि श्री शिवशंकर भगवान्भ्यो नमः नमामि ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय continuous celebration ॐ नमस्तुते नीलग्रीवाय सहस्रक्षाय मेघूषे अथो ये यस्य सन्तुमानो अहन्तेभ्यो कर नमः त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्युर्मोक्षयमृतात् ॐ वर्णस्य तन्वन्मसि वर्णस्य स्कन्धसर्जजनस्थो वर्णस्य ऋत्सदन्यसि वर्णस्य ऋत्सदन्यसि वर्णस्य ऋत्सदन्मासीदम् इति पाद्यमर्घ्यं स्नानम् आचमनीयं समर्पयामि श्री शिवशंकर भगवान् पूजनम् ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ गोक्षीरदामनदेवेशे गोक्षरेणा मया कृतं स्नापनं देवदेवेशे गृहाणा शिवशङ्करम् शीर्स्नानं समर्पयामि श्री शिवशंकर भगवान् पूजनं श्री शिवशंकर भगवान्भ्यो नमः नमामि ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ स्नानं पञ्चामृतं शतक्षेरुणस्ते रूपा पशुपते कर्णयामा आविलप्ता नमो रूपा पारिजन्यः शुद्धजल स्नानं समर्पयामि श्री शिवशंकर भगवान् पूजनम् ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय Shiv bhajan. Take these.
Samba Sada Shiva, 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 Shambho. Kar शिव सांब सदा शिव सांब सदा शिव हर शंभो शिव सांब सदा शिव सांब सदा शिव हर शंभो हे शिव शंकर हर शंभो हे शिव शंकर हे शिव शंकर हे शिव शंकर हर शंभो सांब सदा शिव सांब सदा शिव सांब सदा शिव हर शंभो सांब सदा शिव सांब सदा शिव सांब सदा शिव हर शंभो सदा शिव सांब सदा शिव सांब सदा शिव हर शंभो सांब सदा शिव सांब सदा शिव सांब सदा शिव हर शंभो सांब सदा शिव सांब सदा शिव सांब सदा शिव हर शंभो
शिव ज्ञानेश्वराय शिव ज्ञानेश्वराय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय ओम
नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले रामेश्वराय शिव रामेश्वराय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
रामेश्वराय शिव रामेश्वराय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
गंगाधराय शिव गंगाधराय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
गंगाधराय शिव गंगाधराय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
जटाधराय शिव जटाधराय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
गंगाधराय शिव गंगाधराय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
शिव योगेश्वराय शिव योगेश्वराय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
शिव योगेश्वराय शिव योगेश्वराय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
महाकालेश्वराय महाकालेश्वराय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
महाकालेश्वराय महाकालेश्वराय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
शिव परमेश्वराय शिव परमेश्वराय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
परमेश्वराय शिव परमेश्वराय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय
नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय
नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय
ओम 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 नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
Thanks very much. Next class में glorification prayers. Shastangam pranati stutir bahuvidha Etat samastam maya sankalpena samarpitam tava vibho puja grihana prabhu आत्मा त्वं गिरिजामति सहचरः प्राणः शरीरं गृहम् पूजा ते विषयोपभोगरचना निद्रा समाधि स्थितिः संचारः परयोः प्रदक्षिणविधिः स्तोत्राणि सर्वा गिरो यत् यत् कर्म करोमि तदखिलं शम्भो तवाराधनम् शम्भो तवाराधनम् करचरणकृतं वा कायजं कर्मजं वा श्रवणनयनजं वा मानसं वापराधं विहितमविहितं वा सर्वमेतत् क्षमस्व जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो श्री महादेव शंभो श्री महादेव शंभो कर्पूर गौरम करुणावतारम संसार सारम भुजगेन्द्रहारम सर्वसंतं हृदयारविंदे भवानी सहितं नमामि भवानी सहितं नमामि। प्रेम से बोलो श्री शिव शंकर भगवान की जय। शरणं प्रभु। At this time, we'll have for Linga Abhishek and the same time we'll have do prasad offerings. Pandit, I thought you went home and came back.
No, well, I have some technical issues.
Technical.
वीर हनुमान अति बलवान राम नाम रसियो रे प्रभु मन बसियो रे वीर हनुमान अति बलवान राम नाम रसियो रे प्रभु मन बसियो रे जय जय राम सिया राम जय जय राम 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 सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम जय जय राम 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 सिया राम वीर हनुमान अति बलवान राम नाम रसियो रे प्रभु मन बसियो रे हनुमाना अति बलवाना राम राम रसियो रे मेरा मन बसियो रे दीन दयाला तेरी तेरी माला संकट हरियो रे प्रभु मन बसिया रे दीन दयाला तेरी तेरी माला संकट हरियो रे प्रभु मन बसिया रे जय जय राम सिया राम जय जय राम 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 सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम जय जय राम 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 सिया राम वीर हनुमान अति बलवान राम नाम रसियो रे प्रभु मन बसिया रे वीर हनुमान अति बलवान राम राम रसियो रे मेरा मन बसिया रे जो कोई आई हरि दिल लगाई सबकी सुनियो रे प्रभु मन बसिया रे जो कोई आई हरि दिल लगाई सबकी सुनियो रे सिया राम, जय जय राम 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 सिया राम, जय जय राम सिया राम, जय जय राम 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 सिया राम। वीर है तुम्हारा प्रति बलवाना, राम राम रसिया रे, प्रभु मन बसिया रे, प्रभु मन बसिया रे, प्रभु मन बसिया रे।
तेरा पल पल बीता जाए मुख से जप ले नमः शिवाय। तेरा पल पल बीता जाए मुख से जप ले नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। तेरा पल पल बीता जाए मुख से जप ले नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिव शिव तुम हृदय से बोलो, मन मंदिर का पर्दा खोलो। शिव शिव तुम हृदय से बोलो, मन मंदिर का पर्दा खोलो। अब सब खाली जाए मुझसे जप ले नमः शिवाय। अब सब खाली जाए मुझसे जप ले नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। ये दुनिया पंछी का मेला, समझो जाना है अकेला। ये दुनिया पंछी का मेला, समझो जाना है अकेला। तन मन साथ लगाए मुख से जप ले नमः शिवाय। तेरा तन मन साथ लगाए मुख से जप ले नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम मुरारी जब पूरी होगी, चलने की मजबूरी होगी। मुरारी जब पूरी होगी, चलने की मजबूरी होगी। इंद्र प्राण रह जाए मुख से जप ले नमः शिवाय। तेरा इंद्र प्राण रह जाए मुख से जप ले नमः शिवाय। शिव पूजन में मस्त बनेगा, भक्ति सदा रसपान करेगा। शिव पूजन में मस्त बनेगा, भक्ति सदा रसपान किएगा। दर्शन विश्वनाथ की बात, मुख से जप ले नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। तेरा पल पल बीता जाए मुख से जप ले नमः ईश्वर सत्य है, सत्य ही शिव है, शिव ही सुंदर है। जागो उठ कर देखो, जीवन ज्योत उजागर है। सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम, 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 सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम। ईश्वर सत्य है, सत्य ही शिव है, शिव ही सुंदर है। सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम, सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम। दया करो प्रभु, देखो इनको, दया करो प्रभु, देखो इनको, हर घर के आंगन में। राधा मोहन चरणम, सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम, सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम। एक सूर्य है, एक सूर्य है, एक गगन है, एक ही धरती माता। दया करो प्रभु, एक बने सब, दया करो प्रभु, एक बने सब, सबका एक से नाता। राधा मोहन शरणम, सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम, सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम। सत्य बीज है, सत्य बीज है, आखुर है शिव, सुंदर फूल हजार। दया करो प्रभु, न चलन चित, दया करो प्रभु, न चलन चित, ये वरदान सत्य न जाना सत्य न जाना शिव को न माना सुंदर ना पहचाना सत्य न जाना शिव को न माना सुंदर ना पहचाना दया करो प्रभु सीखे हम सब दया करो प्रभु सीखे हम सब मन का दीप चलाना राधा मोहन शरणम सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम ईश्वर सत्य है सत्य ही शिव है शिव ही सुंदर है सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम
No, ours is doing this on it.
You guys finish?
Go ahead, bud.
Tell it before.
Normally you sing too.
जन्म जन्म के पाप कटे धर्म के बादल दूर हटे जो मुख से बादल श्री कृष्ण शरणम मम श्री कृष्ण शरणम मम श्री कृष्ण शरणम मम तीन शब्द का ये संगीत दिलाने वाला गीत इसको गाकर जग को दी इसको गाकर जग को दी श्री कृष्ण शरणम मम श्री कृष्ण शरणम मम श्री कृष्ण शरणम मम काम क्रोध मद भस्म करे मोह मोह से प्राण भरे जो मुख में ये मंत्र भरे जो मुख में ये मंत्र भरे श्री कृष्ण शरणम मम श्री कृष्ण शरणम मम श्री कृष्ण शरणम गले में तुलसी की माला पत्थर पे भक्ति का प्याला मन में प्रभु का उजियाला मन में प्रभु का उजियाला श्री कृष्ण शरणम मम श्री कृष्ण शरणम मम श्री कृष्ण कलियुग में ये है वरदान जन जन का करता कल्याण वैष्णव जन का मंत्र महान वैष्णव जन का मंत्र महान श्री कृष्ण शरणम मम Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Janam janam ke paap kate, dharam ke baadal dur hate. Mukh se ikbaar Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Krishna Krishna Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Oh, thanks very much. Take some flows in there. Already giving? Okay. No, keep this in here. Okay, thanks very much everyone for being here today. Let's engage in prayers. Lokapiram ranarangadiram Rajivanetram Raghuvanshanatham Arunarupam Karnakaram Tam Shri Ramachandram Sharanam Prabhave Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Jai
Rama, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama,
Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Jai
Rama, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Jai Jai Rama Om Sachidananda Rupaya Vishvotapatya Hitave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Mata Cha Parvati Devi Pita Devo Maheshwara Bandhava Shiva Bhaktascha Swadesho Bhuvanatra. We do a couple of Ramayana Chaupai verses there. Ram Siya Ram.
Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Om Okay, so first of all, I want to extend thanks to all those who are here with us today. I know this is the first weekend of the summer, so it's kind of not really expected to see this kind of attendance, so thanks for coming, each one. So, swagat to all. Now today I want to talk about a couple of things. Last time I was here, you know, sometimes when you do some of these kathas, you just reflect on things your grandparents told you. We come from a very, not primitive, but I think it's somewhat where we come from, right?
Rich.
No, it's rich in
Culture.
it's rich in nature-based things, right? It's not rich in this high logical thinking. So I was talking about what's the guy name again? Sean Combs, Piff Diddy or something like that, or Puff Diddy, and they were showing a video of how he's kicking this girl around and so on, right? And he's punching her and thing. Right, and so I was talking about female bashing. And then I said, you know what, this thing also happens in the Mahabharata. We've seen this, so this is nothing new under the face of the sun. So the reason they put this there, so this female bashing stuff has, before I get that far, I'll go talk about a little thing. And I want to reference things out of the Mahabharata, because this is a compendium of ethics. They say in this book, what is in it, while what is in it may be found elsewhere, what is not in it may not be found elsewhere. Meaning it's a dictionary of life. It's an encyclopedia for life. So when I was growing up, I think some of the things we're seeing today, sometimes you're saying, well, what the heck were they thinking of back then? This is your grandparents and your great-grandparents and things. Anybody remember the story about Olai? Like, what is an Olai? Like, who knows this? What is this about? I need
There's no such thing.
No, we know this, but we were told this.
Yes, we were.
Keep you at home late in the night. That's what it is.
No, it was also female bashing.
Yes.
When females were not of the societal order, right? Let's say they were LGBTQ, whatever that is nowadays. We know these things happened in the past. It's happened since Arjuna time, right? It's in the Mahabharata. It's documented here. He'd become a eunuch for a year, right? He was teaching girls how to dance and things, right? He was a dance instructor when he changed the Brihana. Right, so I remember my Acharya is a sharp guy. So is our Nana and so on. But when I'm tell you a story like this and convince you that that lady at that place is an Olai.
Fire us.
And then I have another thing. So sometimes you'll sit down and say, well, really, what were these guys thinking? Were they serious? You know, if I hadn't sensed that back then, I'll say you cannot be serious, you know. So we know these things didn't happen. This is just bashing a different person because they're not in the same thing like you, right? So this has happened from time immemorial. If we learn this, they learned it from somewhere else, right? The story, the mythology just changes as you come down. Nowadays, they'll tell you they're a spacecraft and thing, right? The mythology changes. Now, when people are dreaming about aliens, they're dreaming about them in a different way. Because we're evolving beings too. We're only products of the environment and societal order we live in. So we dream according to what we see, right? We don't dream in Technicolor, still, right? We still dream. So all of these things happen, but they're there to teach us some things. Now, female bashing happens in the Mahabharata. In the Mahabharata, the Pandavas have to be in exile for 13 years. For 12 years of this exile, they could be seen and known and so on. But in the 13th year, they must be incognito. They must not be found. If they're found even an hour before the time has elapsed, they got to go back and repeat this 13-year exile, of which the 13th year is the year they have to spend in exile. So Yudhishthir, Draupadi, and all the other Pandavas, they gathered together, they made a plan, they discussed this thing with a rishi named Dhaumya. And they discussed which country they could go to, where they could all be close by and still be disguised, right? So Arjuna had a course of deprecation against him by Urvashi, that he would become a gay guy, or he'd become a eunuch. That's even worse than gay, right? So for a year, this course would last for a year. So Yudhishthir had to dress himself down. Bhim had to dress himself down and look a little, but he still looked strong. Nakul and Sahadev, these guys are physicians actually, but one is a horse trainer, one can handle cattle and thing. He really, in modern day terms, he was a veterinarian, right? This is what Sahadev was, right? Whereas Nakul was great at horses, right? He was skilled with handling horses. You know, we see movie Horse Whisperer and so on. He was the horse whisperer of his day. He could talk to these animals and get them to come around, right? Because back in those days, the warriors would ride on horses and all these type of things. Horses, elephants, and so on. So, and Draupadi had to dress down and disguise. But even though she was dressed as a dog, you know, I'm only putting words here. You know, some females, and this is meant as praise, even if they're dressed down, you can't resist their charm. Their charm just comes out. It's there, right? It's something you're blessed with. So she also dressed down, and they all went to the Matsya kingdom. They decided on this. And for this 1 year, they'll all be in disguise, and no one should recognize them. Even the king who knows of the Pandavas must not recognize them in their disguise, because for the year, they're not supposed to be known. So they go into this kingdom and they all take up different roles. So the idea of this talk is not to get into all the special roles, but Yudhishthir plays a ministerial role, right? He's teaching the king dice, but he's pretending to be a certain thing. Before they leave too, Dhauma gives them a little bit of the art of politics. And this is something that Yudhishthir is great at. He tells them, or he's reminding them, he reminds Yudhishthir and all of them, once you're in this kingdom, only offer help if you're solicited. Don't offer advice like blah blah advice, right? Some people are like this, they can't stop talking, right? There's a time to talk, there's a time not to talk. So if the king asks you a question, you answer the question. At the same time, you're here loyal to this king. If the king appoints an idiot to a position, that's not your job to tell the king this guy's an idiot or this woman doesn't suit this role. Your job, you're the king. You're all kings here. You have to obey certain rules of ethics, certain rules of politics. This field is called Artha Shastras. There's a special book written about how to behave in different places, right? Kautilya is the author of this science. So he reminds them of how they need to conduct themselves and how they need to, once they're in disguise, how to not draw attention to yourselves. So they go and over about 11 months they spend in this kingdom. The king is known as Virat. His wife is Sudeshna. Sudeshna has a brother whose name is Kichak. Kichak is a known wrestler. He's a warrior too. He's the general of the army, but he was away for 11 months. And so Draupadi is toiling in the kitchen. She's also helping with the queen and thing, but she dresses down. And as soon as Kichak comes back and he sees her, his eyes catches fire. right? You notice me, I don't need to give you subtitle,
Yeah.
right? And now he's burning with desire. The woman, even though she dressed up, right? When I say dressed like a dog, still her beauty comes through. And he can't resist her no matter what he's doing. And so he joins with his sister to make elaborate plans to try to get her cornered so he can seduce her. Actually, this is not seduce, this is a kind word, right? And even his sister made a plan with him so that she would have to take some kind of food stuff to him at his house. And even though she didn't want to go, she forced her to go. And so she went, and he tried to attack her there and then she screamed and she ran away back into the queen's chamber. And he came after her in such rage, he started kicking her and punching her and things, right? We see John Piffy did this. This thing happened. So, right when she started crying, but because she was in the court, he couldn't make any more advances on her. And then she went crying to Beam. Now they're in last month of this exile, right? If somebody find out if the Duryodhan spies find out who they are, this could put them in danger. And this is why they're trying not to interact with each other, even though they're all in the kingdom. They're doing different jobs. So for a year they can't be in contact with each other. So she find a way to go to Beam. And she take her hands and things, she take his hands, put it on her eyes and thing. He wipes off her tears. He notices her hands, they're all cracked and so on. And he melts with pity, because they all love her, right? And she tells him what's happening. So, when a lady is running away from you guys, stop. She doesn't want anything to do with you. The message should be clear. Right? If your song don't make it, I'm sorry. You're not making it, right? So, you're supposed to know when to stop. You know when you ladies, you will allow us if you want, if it's up to them, they will allow you, they will lead you on, right? So there's that kind of burning desire. I like to call this desire is called. There's a special English word for this. When you're in this kind of thing, it's lust. The emotion you have is called pornography. The opposite of that emotion is called epiphany, right? So this is why they have a church of the epiphany and thing, right? They try to tell you when the love is at a high level, it's of that kind. This is not love now. This is love gone mad, right? This is, you love to destroy this thing. This is a different kind of love, right? This is not true love. This is the kind of things that we have to eradicate from our hearts. We have to learn to abandon this. So, long story short, so Kichak, they made this thing, so she's talking to Beam here. And they realize it's the 11th month. Just one more month left to go. And Beam, out of rage, decides he's going to finish this guy off. And she warns him, just threaten him or something, right? So then the plan was, she would make an advance to him to tell him, come meet me at a certain place at a certain time, so they could get rid of him without revealing their identity and thing. So the story is, she makes an appointment with him to come to her chambers when they have in a distant chamber, and Beam is there instead, and then Kichak goes, and when he starts to embrace her, right, then he realizes something is wrong, right? And then they engage in a wrestling match. Now back in this time, all these warriors were skilled in all branches of yoga. There is a certain element, all these guys had to know yoga. There's a certain element of yoga that's a very physical level, where you're doing very demanding exercises, right? We did some of this at Isha Foundation. Some of it we can't do at our age, right? It's just impossible. But I'll talk about that a little bit later. They also had to be martial artists. There is a recognition that the martial arts were developed in India, but they came to full career in the Shaolin temples and so on of China, because some of this went and got. This is something that Sadhguru is also trying to revive. All this kind of armory. If you look at some of the things that the young people are doing in that organization, they're there with weapons, and they're not trying to not hurt each other. You're supposed to be able to defend yourself, right? So true martial arts at its best. If you think this is strange, have anyone of you been to Bharat Sevashram Sangha missions to see what the service looks like? The Swami them does no sword play, right? And if you're near there, you'll get maimed. So you got to be away from them because they're doing major sword play. right? This is part of the worship. So even these guys are skilled in some of the martial arts. So all these people are very skilled in warrior things. This is their race, right? This is their job. They're supposed to protect the country. So Bhima is, of course, the strongest guy of his time. Despite his strength, he's also very skilled. These guys trained with Dronacharya and so on. So he ultimately, Kichak, who's also the queen's brother, this is why he's able to sway his sister. So ultimately he fights with Kichak. This thing took a long time, but ultimately he killed Kichak, and then he tried to make it an unrecognizable thing so nobody could identify him. And then when the story was found out, then that is when the Kurus, spies now started to think, who could kill Kichak? It only had to be the Pandavas who was there. And then the story takes off from there. It almost came to a scene where they were just minutes away from the end of their year. Right? Arjuna had to go fight. They came into the Matsya kingdom. So this is a major story. This is Mahabharata story. Okay, so that's where I want to stop with that. Bhim comes to the defense of Draupadi, even though it would risk their tenure in exile. Right? And they beat the clock by just minutes to spare, right? Because in the final battle that they had, it said just minutes left. Now, I want to go to Bhagavad Gita here, and there's a verse I want to do. And I think I was saying we would engage in some Bhagavad Gita verses here. And so all of you guys are supposed to have a Bhagavad Gita booklet. Now, the intention of you getting this book is you're supposed to bring it to temple. It's not to decorate your puja place alone. Right? So next time I'm here, please bring your Bhagavad Gita. We'll do a verse. I'll get somebody to read the meaning. Because I want us all to get a little bit of knowledge from here. The reason is we all got to make a departure sometime. So the more riches we get out of this, we can pay expenses for our departure. This is on the psychic plane, right? Not the physical plane. So this verse goes, I'll get you guys to repeat it with me. Niyatam kuru karma tvam. Niyatam kuru karma tvam. Karma jayo haya karmanaha. Jayo haya karmanaha. Sharira yatra pichate. Sharira yatra pichate. Na prasidhayeda karmanaha. Na prasidhayeda karmanaha. And then giving it here. Niyatam kuru karma tvam. Karma jayo haya karmanaha. Sharira yatra pichate. Na prasidhayeda karmanaha. Now Bhagavan Krishna is of course speaking to Arjuna. What is he telling him? He says, engage yourself in obligatory work. For action, now when you guys get your book, I'll get somebody to read this because I want to get you guys involved in this, right? Engage yourself in obligatory work. For action is superior to inaction. And if inactive, even the maintenance of your body would not be possible. If you're inactive, maintenance of your body would not be possible. So here Bhagavan Krishna is speaking to a warrior. And this is what I was alluding to. All these guys are in tip-top shape. Therefore, this Bhagavad Gita does not spend its time telling you about you're supposed to do this asana and all these asanas and so on. The people that we're talking to there at that time, everybody's in prime physical shape. These guys are at the top of their career. They cannot be, this is peak physical condition. They're kabaddi warriors. They're martial arts warriors. They're yoga at its most physical. They've done all these things. There's no doubting that these guys are the most physical. So this Bhagavad Gita does not spend any time. This is all he mentions about being in physical shape, right? Or you need to obey the rules of it. So this body that we have, this body, I always come back to this thing. This body is a beautiful gift. This body, if you don't put proper food in it, you get sick. If you don't go to the bathroom regularly, you get sick. So if you don't eat the proper food, you get sick. If you don't obey the statutes of this body, you get sick. If you eat too much, you go put on weight. Now this is not a call for it. This happens to all of us, right? This Bhagavad Gita even got a verse. You must, I like to put it this way, yoga is not for them who eats too much or them who eats too little. It's a moderate thing, right? You can't over-exercise and you can't under-exercise and expect to be in good health, right? Even if you exercise, you'll still get health issues. But imagine if you didn't exercise at all, right? So the idea is, now this exercise doesn't mean you gotta go out and run 100 miles. In the statutes of yoga, there's 8,400,000 asanas, of which the rishis have said there's only 84 that are truly foundational poses. The rest are all variations of this. So I want to look at a couple of these variations. Now, so the foods we have to put into our body. Now, I get a lot of my news from Google. You know, when you pick up your phone, Google has got a little summary of all the news. Some of it is fake news, and some of it is good news. And you got to discern what is good news, what is bad news. It turns out all the lala, curry powder and thing that we used to buy in masala and thing, this is a little bit in the crosshairs of the regulators, because some of this thing, the utensil they're using is cleaned with ethylene oxide. Ethylene oxide they just use in surgical operation. They must have used it on me when they did my implant, right? So otherwise I might not be here. So at any rate, these things are carcinogenic. It doesn't mean that, so when I'm hearkening back, my mosi, my nani, my aji, then these people as buy all the seed, them put it on the masala brick and them grind it. You know this was the healthiest way of food? You know that was the healthiest way of making food? But we become modern and we say, oh, these old folks, they don't know what the hell they're doing. But that was the convenience of their time. But they were doing some things terrific. So, the food that we put into our body, we need to supervise what we're putting into our body. We need to be cognizant. If something is like this, if the food is not good, please don't eat it, right? We're supposed to. So all of this is being mentioned in yoga. So some of the things I want to talk about, I want to look at a couple of things because I just spoke about the body. Now, they're teaching us yoga, and I just want to engage in a few asanas, and this is just to mention. So some of the things we're studying, or some of the books that I'm using, or some of the books that are available to us, if I'm just sitting down here, there are certain things I can do, right? I can just put out my hand here. This wrist is called mani bandha. Mani bandha, naman. Naman means bend, right? Just like your Om Shivaya Namaha means you bend to Lord Shiva, right? This is an exercise, right? You can do it like this, right? This is an exercise, a yoga exercise. This got a name, Mani bandha chakra, right? All these things got Sanskrit name. This is now, the other teacher is this. Now you can vary it, you can do it here, you can do it here, you can do it here, right? Some foundations got techniques like this, you do it this, you do it this, you do it this, right? So there are very different variations. Now, your elbow is called Kehunu. Kehunu Naman means you bend it in and out. Actually, Yoga Day was Friday, right? Everybody know this? The first day of summer is Yoga Day.
Yeah, 21st.
Right? India Gate, the population, 1 million people park out there, all on their yoga mats, big speaker, they're blaring out. Okay, but back to this move. Well, what I call this thing, Kehuni, this is one exercise. Right? You do it this way. When you finish with this, you do Surya Saket rotation. All these things lead into each other, right? They got the best eye exercise I come across, you're looking at this thumb. You take this thumb, you're looking at this nail. You can put it up like this, look near, look far, right? This is an eye exercise. Another eye exercise is you're rotating your hands this way. Peripheral exercise. All this is part of yoga. Right? And I'm not only scratching some of the surface because I'm trying to document some of these things. Your ankle is called gulf. You can do this with your ankle. I don't want to do it here. Next time I should get a subject that I put you to work, right? So gulf naman is this with your ankle. Your padanguli naman, your toes, you're supposed to do an exercise like this with your toe, right? Bend, both toes, both feet. Your ankle now. Gulf naman. Chakra means rotation, wheel. You take your, right? Very good. Now you just hold up your leg like this. You rotate your knee now. Your knee is called Janu. Janu Naman, you raise it up and down. You rotate it, right? Janu Chakra. So all these things are available to us. We're only giving them their Sanskrit names. Now these are things you can learn on the web. You don't need me to teach you this, or you don't need. But the reason I'm instructing this way, the Bhagavad Gita is telling us this. We're supposed to know this. We're supposed to have a little knowledge of this, right? So, for those who want to follow up some of this and you want to know more, let me know. I'm going to start to write up something. But I think there's so much things proliferating the web, right? This is the pose I'm telling you here, a pose you didn't get up off your buttocks. You're still sitting, right? You didn't have to get up so far, right? They even got one where you're cranking your hip. And now I'm getting some hip pain, so I'm even going back to these exercises, right? You pull up this, it's called Shroning Chakra, right? So you pull this foot up, you put it up here, you take it and you grind it like a wheel, Shroni Chakra, right? Hip rotation or hip socket. You can also do that when you lie down on the floor, right? They actually got, this is pretty good. It's called Pawan Mukti Asanas. Pawan means wind, Mukti means liberation. If you put these two together, well, what do you think it means? Pawan Mukti. Pass gas.
Did you breathe yourself?
Yeah. No, it's not that alone. It's that you're freeing certain channels in the body so the gas can flow, right? Gas and air and all these type of things. Because it's both lung exercise. There's a whole set of Pawan Mukta asanas. All those asanas are, you're lying down on your back. You're pulling your knees to your chest, right? You lock in your knee, you're pulling it into your chest. That's one set. Next set. You pull both to your chest. You roll sideways. One called rolling and rocking. The name is so long. The name is so long, what do I call it? We did Shroni. Just your hand alone. There's an exercise for this. It's called Mushtik Bandhana, right? You clench your fist. We've been taught to clench it this way, but that was wrong. Clench it this way, right? Then you give the tongue an exercise, right? So all these things are there. So all I'm telling you here, I got a full page of listing, and this is just the preliminary asanas, right? So everything is called an asana, but in the field of yoga, there's asanas, there's mudras, there's pranayama, and we've not even touched it, pranayama, and there's bandha. Ladies, have you gone to your doctor and your doctor tell you you need pelvic floor muscle exercises? Anybody been through this? Or any men? We even know what this is? Pelvic floor exercise? In yoga it's called Mula Bandha, right? You're trying to pull up your muscles, right? Your reproductive muscles and your evacuation muscles. You're trying to control all these. You're trying to exercise them because we don't. Right, so with that, I'll bring this katha to a close. I think this shows I can do 20 minutes we can do 20 minutes of yoga and we just didn't scratch it. The discipline is so vast. Then there's another set of yoga when you stand up now. You stand up on your feet now, right? Palm tree pose, vriksha pose, right? Palm tree pose, what they call it again, Tadasana. Vriksha asana means you stand up like a tree. All these type of things, they have a name. Then once we get into the standing poses, then all the animal names come into play, right? They even got a pose called Nawa Asana. That means you're like a boat. You lie down, feet up, hands out. Every pose does something different. But they're meant to bring us in good shape. I think, going back to this body concept, we're talking this body is a beautiful gift, and this life that's in it. But this body is like a sponge. You gotta squeeze, you can squeeze and squeeze. There comes a time when the body, what was the joke I made the last time? The body tell you when it wants to break up with you. But that day will happen. But the idea is to delay that date as long as possible. This tradition is teaching us how to live healthy. The story about Draupadi and so on, when you're doing your married vows, both Pandit and I are telling you, you need to have a certain restraint. Kichak here, Nagatman, right? So you need to practice all these type of things, right? Endurance comes by restraint. So I'll bring this katha here to a close, and I'm hoping I get some yoga interest. However you do it, you find a way to do it, it's a good practice, right? If you're interested in this topic, let Pandit and I know, and we'll do some more small discussions in it, right? Next time I come, I might do some stand-up postures, just to tell you about some of them. But every day you get up from bed, you don't even have to leave the bed, just sit down in the bed, you do your Gayatri mantra, then you shoulder rotate something, you touch your toes, but don't get up and run to the bathroom right away. At least do a little bit of things, right? To help delay Yamraja. Principle of Shri Krishna Kanayala Bhagavan. These announcements, you want me to make them?
Go ahead.
Okay, a few announcements. Upcoming events, Guru Purnima, July 21st, Raksha Bandhan, August 18, August full moon, August 19, Bhagwan Krishna Janmashtami, August 26, so that'll be another big day for us. So once again, my thanks to all those who come here and all those who give of your time to listen to some of our love talk. So thanks for being here. Prem se bolo Shri Krishna Kanayalal Bhagavan Ki Jai. Bunny, you got anything to say?
Yeah, we got a little improvement made over the week. Last week, young Ram here left his car door open in the parking lot, and somebody opened it and took his money out of his wallet. So don't leave your wallet in your car, number one. Number two is lock the doors. Okay, if you drive your car and come in here, not because you're a temple mean you can leave it open. Close the doors, lock them. Please do. In the meantime, just to prevent this from happening, we're trying to improve the temple as well. We've got cameras installed outside and inside as well, both floors. You see one at the back here. So we can monitor to see what's happening in the temple and outside as well. So it's video monitored, so be aware of that. And pass the word on. This is mainly, we're going to stick a sign there saying premises video monitored, so that it's a deterrence, really, that's what it is. As you know, we've had a few break-ins already. We don't want to have any more, so we got to spend the money and try to improve the place. Nobody's here during the weekdays or off hours time, so we have to do it remotely. So I hope that meets all of your expectations. All right, I think that's about it for now. As it continues to improve, we'll let you know. Of course, all these things cost money. We got to put Wi-Fi to monitor the cameras. So all these cost money. We have to pay from our own temple funds. This is why we keep bothering and badgering you to make donations. All right, it's obvious why. These things are not free, and they're not monitored for free as well. So we have to pay to get them done. And fortunately, we were lucky to have Nish and Savina. I don't know if you know them, but they don't come here regularly. Savina used to at one time before she got married.
Prema, yes.
It's Prema's niece and Sati's niece as well. So we're thankful for them for providing the equipment free of charge and installation free as well. So we really are happy about that.
Yeah,
That saved us quite a bit because we were looking to them, and luckily Sati mentioned to them that we're looking to put in the security system. They offered right away. We just have to make the time to do it. So we got the installation and the equipment for free, but the monitoring will take money because we got to pay the Rogers for the internet. So that is obvious why. So all these things happen. It's a new expense on us now. But it has to go on. Things are happening, and we have to be up with the times as well. So long time you had to go and hire a guy and put him outside here to stand up day and night. That doesn't happen anymore. You have a camera, can do it remotely. And when somebody comes, it'll be an alarm, so we know people are coming in and going out and so on. All right? Okay.
Nani, I just want to clarify, it's Anisha's husband who gets the credit for putting in the
Nish?
system. Yes.
Yes, okay. We're thankful to Nish and Sadina. Without her, it wouldn't have happened. You know that. So, and without Sati mentioning it to them, it wouldn't have happened. So everything happens for a purpose. You might not hook it up right away, but all these things join together and linked up, and everything is connected in some way or the other. We're all connected as well. So the string of divinity flows through all of us. We're all related. Let's remember that. Thank you for being here today. I'm really grateful. And before I go into overtime, let's stand for our team.
Yeah, now you-
After the thing is
After.
done.
Okay.
Thank you.
भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से है भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पंचम वेद निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला हरि नाम यही वरदान यही जग मंगल के जयमार्ग की सबको संपत्ति दे भगवान Closing prayers. May be all we've done there this week. May this bring us wellness. May this bring us contentment. Shanta Kaya Jagashan Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadaram Gagana Sarvesham Meghavarnam Subhangam Lakshmi Kantam Mahadavayam Yogi Vande Vishnu Bhagavan Sarvaloke Pranatam Om Tvameva Matas Chakra Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Saka Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Tvameva 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 Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Bhagavad Gita Vasudevam Sriram Varasvarojam Pani Bhakti-saraswati-samandasya Vajranam Prakyati ki jai Sharanam Prabhu Pandi Mahadeva ki jai Parasutaman ki jai Siya Vajranam ki jai Sharanam Prabhu. We all bow. Those of us able to. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Avahanam Najanami Visarjanam Pujam Shreya Najanami Shamsva Parameshwara Om Yom Shanti Antariksham Shanti Prithvi Shanti Apa Shanti Vasudeva Shanti Vanaspati Shanti Vishwadeva Shanti Brahma